Good morning, everyone. It is December the 2nd, 2016, and time to kick off a day of trading in front of what might be the second biggest news day of the month. The Italian referendum on Sunday could surpass today's numbers, and because the FOMC rate increase odds are put at 100% on December the 14th, my guess is that today's non-farm payroll number will have a little more importance than the 14th announcement by the Fed. Now, if the Fed does not raise interest rates in December, that will change the whole game. So raising rates is expected. Not raising rates is the unexpected surprise news. And in that situation, if you were short the market, you would reverse, if that happened to be the case on December the 14th, looking ahead a bit. But right now, we've got a structural gap on the market. Resting limit orders sells against 24, 25 and a half. We'll bring the chartist in. The other place would be a resting limit sell against 14 and a half. So 14s to 25s would be where your limit sells would be in normal circumstances. On the unemployment numbers, I've seen it the 10-year trade over a point just a couple of times, usually 16 to 24, 30 seconds from where the market is when the news hits, would be where you'd expect the market to stop. So 16 ticks from 04 would take us to 20, and 24 ticks would take us to 28. So 124.20, 124.28 is prime sell territory based on today's news event. We came into the week looking for 170K. The ADP number was much higher than forecast, so this morning the market has settled in on 180K, unemployment at 4.9. Earnings plus 0.2. That's usually the default number. And the work week at 34.4. Then Baker Hughes rig count last week was 767. This number could come in higher than forecast too. The news focus: non-farm payrolls and the unemployment rate. And if they're at odds with each other, it can get a whipsaw. So 16 ticks below 124.04 kicked us down to the 23.20 area. So 23.12 to 23.20 would be the buy zone. 24.20 to 24.28 would be the sell zone. Know the news and you have the trade. Now, without news, we have a P, so 711. This is without news. Sell 1, 15 to 19, sell 2. On the buy side, 29s to 01s and 21s to 25s. And again, without news, those numbers, okay? Those be reference points for us. So resistance is 24, near resistance 24.08 to 12, and then 16 to 20. Too many numbers, Charles. Cut it out. Giving me a headache. Okay, looking at the ZB. Four to 8's number 1. 11 to 15, sell 1. 23, 27, sell 2. On the buy side, 20 to 24, number 1. So 13 to 17, buy 1. And then 1 to 5, buy 2. finally getting closer to our winter temperatures here. We're very, very dry. We haven't had any moisture to speak of since September. We're close. We'll probably make 50 inches. We're just under it right now. But 27 of those inches came in 4 rain events. So when it rained, it poured here on the southern central plains. Okay, what's a newsday trade? Let's just say the news hits and it's positive. The market goes up and it creates a bar. And you got your mode mean right here. That's buy 1. You got your value area low. It's buy 2. And you have where the news hit. That's buy 3. Quite often it will get back to where the news hit, but that sometimes takes 3 to 4 hours. This is the most aggressive trade. If the market fails to take out this high, you have to exit the trade quickly. And if it does take out the high, you're sitting pretty. The trade that has the most potential in treasuries is a long, because the market has just been hammered into this morning's news. Okay, taking a look at gold. The February contract. This market will react big time to the news. It's a newsday trade for this one, but without news, we've got a P right here, 78 to 80. Maybe get stops above the Globex high. Sell 1, 84, 86, sell 2. On the buy side, 69. Well, make it 70, 72. Without news once again, and then 65, 67. Gold can swing 20 to 40 bucks off this news, and does. Okay, the euro, these are pretty strong numbers. These numbers come in as forecast. The euro should be lower. The rumors floating around now are that Draghi in December will be announcing a tapering of the QE program. We had a sell at 106.75 last night, and then at 107 we made it up to 95. And last trade is 64, so we do like the short side of the market. So right now, and this one can swing a full point off the news, but without news this morning we'd be trying to sell 65s, 75s, sell 1, then 90 to the buck. On the buy side, buying a quarter, and then 106 even for buy 2. I think we're headed to 105, so I still like the 105 put play. The Italian referendum looms even larger than our numbers, and there's an interesting Zero Hedge article with the famous pictures in it of Mussolini being hung with his mistress. Well, you talk about being unlucky in love, if she was actually in love, as opposed to just being one of the chosen few. Dictators have a way of doing that. In fact, there's rumors that that good-looking gal that Kim Jong-il married in North Korea has been killed. I think divorce is a more civilized way to handle that, but sometimes the parties are more than a little bit angry when it comes to divorce, if she has been killed. What a waste. Okay, looking at crude oil, this one will be the least affected. Right now, we awakened this morning to supposition that the OPEC members will be cheating around the edges. The devil's in the details. Will they actually cut back on production? So $50 is it. We can stay above $50. Market can still trade higher. Listen, they've said they've had a deal since the September 29th. Nobody believed them. Nobody believed them on Monday of this week that they were going to get a deal. And they were able to get people to sign off on it. Now the issue is, will they adhere to the deal or cheat? And my guess is, knowing that mindset, they'll probably cheat. But because the headlines say they do have a deal, it will be largely ignored. I mean, that's just what they do. It's expected. So selling against 50, 1, 50.75, 51 sell 1, 51 and a quarter, 51.50 sell 2. On the buy side, leaning against 50, even 50, 50 and a quarter, buy 1, 49.50, 75 buy 2. Okay, good luck of Century, the Century family of funds of Los Angeles said he's long bonds, and I forget if he said he was long gold or not. He says the rally in the stock market is over. The Trump rally, it's too late to get in on it if you weren't in on it. On London time, or the morning of November the 9th, you missed it. And his number for the market to rally has always been 22.35. So here we are. We've got our attractor down here at 79. Without news now, a scoop order 10 points away. Where the news hits usually works out in the E-mini. 74.76 buy 2, 80.82 buy 1. This is without news. On the sell side, you'd be selling 90 to 92, then 95 to 97. So if the news were to hit right now, you'd have a limit sell at 21.98.99, and you'd have a limit buy at 21.78, 21.76, based on just a scoop order out there to play the news. This market has rallied into this news, so the trade with the largest potential, the greatest potential, would be a short. Okay, it will take a bit to get everything up. Raul, that was a rumored story. They don't usually release that, but I saw that article back at the first part of the week. So hopefully it's not true. I mean, what's she going to do? Tell that guy, no, I'm not marrying you? She would have been shot on the spot in that situation, right? Some things are just too good to pass up. Like life, as opposed to, you don't know how he would kill you, because he's done everything. He's bombed you, he's shot you with anti-aircraft stuff, he's strangled you. I mean, just all over the map. So more gruesome, the better. Okay, like I said, it'll take a bit to get everything up and posted. I'm going to get busy on that. Back with you as soon as possible. We'll be back on the news. 28 minutes.